wrestling fans, thanks for clicking on the Dreaded D-Rose report. Good thing you just now clicked, I just now got here. Hey, on her Twitter page, former diva Maria Kanellis, she announced that her and former WWE divas are going to be going on a worldwide tour in 2011 known as Divamania. Anyway, other divas going to be featured so far. She got lined up Jillian Hall and Tiffany. She might just like to see that. And on her Twitter account, former TNA Knockout champion Taylor Wilde announced that she had quit TNA when a fan asked her about her status with the company. But anyway, TNA hadn't used Wilde in a few months, and actually over in Europe during the TNA Bound for Glory weekend. I'm not sure what's going on there. I haven't heard anything official, but probably contract negotiations. Alright, this is kind of bad here. TMZ posted a collection of photos from a gathering recently held in the honor of the late Umanga, Eddie Fatu. And former WWE champion Sheldon Benjamin was not pleased about it. Says, you know, it's a real damn shame when you allow someone into your house as a friend and they turn out to be a snake in the grass. What he wrote on his Twitter. Eddie's memorial was both personal and private and not for public display. So it really pissed me off that a trust was betrayed, but I'll root out this piece of crap, he said, whoever did this. And also on the manga's memorial photos, Rikishi had the following to say, which he said just about the same thing, was Eddie's memorial was both personal and private and not for public display. Whoever did this pissed me off. It was a trust betrayed. He said, let my brother rest in peace, TMZ. Whoever sent you those pictures is a no-class mother. Alright, Raw's on Monday did a 3.1 with a rating of about 4,557,000 viewers. The show's first hour did a 299, while the second hour climbed to a 319. Raw was facing hell of a competition with the NFL airing on ESPN, which I didn't know they got that bigger ratings on ESPN. But anyway, it did a really just a 13 rating with about 19, a little over 19 million viewers. I don't know if anybody else watched any other TV stations then. Not many left. In an interview with fanhouse.com, TNA President Dixie Carter told Brian Fritz in a recent cancellation of, she was talking about the recent cancellation of a reaction show. And said it was only slated to run through 2010 anyway. The reaction was never picked up for a 52-week show, Dixie said, and it was planned to air through the end of 2010. Look for announcements, though, coming up regarding Impact, which I suspect they're going to try and make Impact a 3-hour show. Which, with all the talent they got there, they got enough to fill it up, as long as they don't add dialogue. All right, here's a little bit of an update from earlier rumor, I guess, report. Every fan who had written in about the Raw live event last night says there was an injury that seems to be legitimate on John Cena. Know more about it later. The details of the match, here's the way it went before it ended. The match did. After the Wasteland, where John Cena appeared to have been injured, Wade Barrett began climbing the cage. It was a steel cage match, and escape, but stopped as if he was waiting for Cena to come up and stop him. Cena used the ropes to get up to Barrett and pretended to have his legs stuck in the cage wall, I guess. And Barrett's motions were described as in slow motion, waiting for Cena. As Barrett was on the cage, WWE trainers came down from backstage and were yelling into the ring. Barrett came down and Cena countered a punch with a quick submission for the tap out. One fan said Barrett tapped out immediately and within even 2 seconds of the hold. Now, hang on a second. Alright, I'm back. I told her don't be calling me when I'm trying to give a report to you guys. Anyway, Cena did cut a promo thanking the fans for coming and mentioned that he might be needing some time off, but would walk out on his own 2 feet though, and it's said by one fan in attendance that he could not put any weight on his leg. So we'll see what goes on that. I'll let you know. While we still don't have a confirmation on about the John Cena injury, we do know that the planned finish was an attitude adjustment off of the top rope, but was noted before that the match ended quick in a submission after Cena appeared. And like I say, he just barely got the submission hold on him, and he tapped out. Rey Mysterio versus Alberto Del Rio, which, my God, how long is this going to last, this feud? In a 2 of 3 falls match, and Kane versus Edge in a last man standing match are booked for WWE's first Friday Night SmackDown of 2011, January 7th. After tonight's SmackDown taping, by the way, ended, Dolph Ziggler and Vicky came out wearing jingle bells to do a New Year's sing-along in the ring. Rey Mysterio interrupted with a 619, and Big Show came out and chokeslammed Ziggler. Edge then came out and speared Ziggler. Big Show sung goodbye to Vicky and wished everyone a belated Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. The babyfaces beat up on Ziggler some more before the show ended. Everybody went home. By the way, I got a strange feeling that the wonderful head of Nexus now is going to be feuding with Wade Barrett. Wade's going to be wanting to come back, in there. I got the feeling him and Punk is going to be going at it. And there was talk about, there's still talk about Wade Barrett versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania 27. If something's not, doesn't happen with Brock Lesnar, I guess. While it appears after last night's Raw, Barrett is gone from Nexus. There's no confirmation on his status. Possibly he may end up on SmackDown. And like I say, if he turns to a babyface, he may be taking on, Undertaker. Well, anybody, face or heel, either one can take on Undertaker. Anyway, U.S. Champion Daniel Bryan noted on his Twitter today that he won't be appearing at tonight's episode of NXT with his rookie Derek Bateman. Bryan's going to be working tonight's Raw live event in Pennsylvania instead. Now, I don't think that'd be a real good main event unless they really build it up real big for Barrett versus Taker. All right, former WWE star Nick Mitchell. Who the hell is that? He was Mitch in the Spirit Squad. And he is a couple, by the way, with Tori Wilson. And was set to main event at MMA pay-per-view in December 11th in Houston, Texas. But the show was canceled when the card fell apart at the last minute. It's a IPPV show, I guess. Whatever that stands for, I don't know. So anyway, it fell apart, and Mitchell was announced as being injured 20 minutes before the show was announced that it was canceled. So he lucked out there. With Mitchell now doing MMA, he joins Justice Smith and Daniel Puder as finalists for the 2004 Toughen Up program, who had gotten into MMA. So people do go on past WWE. Michael Cole, by the way, has been learning to take bumps more recently in preparation for his upcoming guest referee role in Raw live events. There's still plans for Cole to wrestle a match before too long, as Vince is still looking at Cole as one of the WWE's top heels. I like to give him a few bumps myself. All right, World Wrestling Entertainment spokesman Adam Hopkins responded to a Newsday.com writer, Alfonso Castellino, article questioning the company's decision not to postpone Sunday night's live event in Madison Square Garden despite forecasts of severe blizzard and warnings from Long Island Railroad that would be suspended if the weather got any worse. But they actually had I think around a 13,600 turnout that night, even though they had a big blizzard. WWE tries its best not to let down their fans due to weather, and NFL should take that under consideration too. Play in bad weather, that's all right. We'll put up with it. Hey, thank you guys for clicking. See you tomorrow. I gotta go.